awakening process is not the fun fair. It's not an amusement park. It's not where you stop at every ride and you might have the possibility of having some candy and some ice cream and some not so great maybe candy floss, right? It's actually a bit like, on some days it's like you're having an overload of candy floss, and on other days you're having an overload of jalapeno peppers. And you literally turn into a jalapeno pepper on some days because you're so overwhelmed. There is so much going on that you snap. You don't know what to do. Are you going mad? Are you losing the plot? Not really. Are you losing your mind? Yes. In a way. The mind is losing its hold on us, and so the mind is like, it doesn't want to drown, it's drowning and it's trying to save itself in any way possible. And that's where our resistance to change will come. Our old ways of coping with stress will kick in again. We will sink into the disbelief of our process and that really there is, something real happening here. We will doubt the veracity of this awakening. And we'll keep sinking back into that density of, I am this body and I am everything and I'll never get any better and this isn't going to work. You know it. You know the script, you know the narrative if you've been there before. Now imagine that you have a meeting, a very, very important meeting, or that you have deadlines to meet, or you have a party that you're planning, whatever it is that you're doing, and at the same time you've got a child that's crying in the background. You go, you soothe them, and just as soon as you go and do something else and you put your focus in it, the child calls you up again. And at the same time you've got your boss or somebody else putting pressure on you saying, hey, is it ready? Hey, is it ready? And at the same time you've got bills to pay, you've got arrears, right? You've got a credit card bill that just doesn't seem to be shrinking. Your debts keep growing, and bang, you're dealing with this other overwhelm of these other energies that are changing all around us anyway. And you're being bombarded with heaps of information, right? And you think that scrolling down social media or meeting a ton of friends or filling your day with other things to do to distract you, maybe having a glass of wine, or maybe not, maybe just doing something that is going to make you go down the guilt trap again, you feel that this little respite that you're getting every day is sort of helping you and keeping you going without actually looking at what's happening. And what happens one day? You snap. You totally snap. You lose it. That's what a spiritual awakening process looks like, friends. It's not a walk in the park, and it is certainly not where you're swept off your feet in a whirlwind romance and it just lasts and lasts forever. No, it might feel like that on some days, but on some days it's darn difficult, right? And that inconsistency in itself is really jarring and enough to put any one of us back into what I call remission. And this remission back into density is exactly the recipe for a very, very long isolation phase, hermit phase, or stagnation. This is where we are in denial of what is happening. This is when we have built a cocoon and we've given us these amazing, lofty ideas or reasons why we are in this state. Not every isolation phase comes as a necessary. Not every hermit phase is there. Sometimes we tend to prolong this longer than is needed because we are ourselves hurting the process because of habit, because of fear, because of conditioned existence. We don't want to come out of our comfort zone. Coming out of our comfort zones also means trusting the process. Yes, we lose it. Yes, it's not going to be easy. But the longer that we maintain that thought that it's not going to be easy, the longer that we even maintain any thought and give that thought the time of our day, we'll just act the resistance, the rigidity, the overwhelm, and rather the process making us lighter and lighter, we will build density at higher levels of consciousness, which is quite possible. And this is where, you have people in higher levels of consciousness that might end up doing things that are contracting acts of consciousness because we weren't able to maintain that vibration. Wherever you are, check in with yourself and always have the fingers pointing at you to be able to resolve wherever you are. And notice with awareness of where you are on the continuum of consciousness, and this will really give you the gear you need to get you through this. All my love as always. Thank you for supporting this channel, and take care of your awakening. Take care of you, because there's only one you, who in that one you, as you get through your process, you're literally accessing the entire infinity in just this one body that we are.